They told us never to say the word human out loud. They said it carried fear, memory, consequences. But when the sky started burning, it was the only name anyone could remember. I was never meant to be a soldier. I was a communications officer for the Helios Coalition, trained to listen, translate, and keep diplomats from starting wars because of badly chosen words. I believed in calm voices, treaties, and patience. I believed wars were things you studied in archives, not something you lived through while your station shook like it was being chewed apart by a god. History, I learned, does not care what you believe. The day the Kravex Armada arrived, everything ended. They tore out of fold space like a wound ripped open in the universe. 1 second the stars were quiet. The next, they were gone, blocked by black, jagged ships the size of moons. No warning. No broadcast. No threats. Just weapons charging. Our early warning satellites vanished like sparks thrown into water. The Helios defense ring reacted instantly. Thousands of ships formed lines. Shields flared. Cannons locked. We had trained for this. We had simulated this. We had been wrong. The Kravex did not fight like anyone we knew. They did not maneuver or posture. They surged forward like an avalanche. Their weapons punched through layered shields as if they were thin glass. Cruisers burned within seconds. Whole squadrons vanished before firing a second volley. From my station window, I watched the sky become a graveyard. Command channels collapsed into chaos. Admirals shouted. Engineers screamed about failing cores. Medics begged for evacuation corridors that no longer existed. I translated 50 languages at once while my hands shook so badly I nearly dropped my console. Within 15 minutes, we had lost a third of the fleet. Within 20, half. The Kravex ships looked grown, not built, covered in spikes and shifting plates like armored beasts. Rumor said their species had evolved for war, cutting away anything gentle long ago. No art. No music. No mercy. Only victory. And they were winning. The Helios Council assembled in emergency session, their holograms flickering through smoke and power loss. I stood behind the central console, listening as fear crept into faces that once negotiated planetary alliances without blinking. Our lines are collapsing. We cannot hold another assault. We need reinforcements. From where? Silence followed. Every major species was already fighting elsewhere, or too far away to matter. Our nearest allies were days out. The Kravex would finish us in hours. Then Counselor Virex spoke. There is one option. The chamber tightened. No, someone whispered. We agreed never to involve them. Virex did not look away. We also agreed to survive. My stomach clenched before the word was spoken. Humans. The room filled with unease. Some counselors shifted. Others looked away, like someone had mentioned an old nightmare. Humans were not members of the coalition. They were independent, unpredictable, terrifying. They did not have the largest fleets. They did not have the strongest shields. What they had was reputation. Stories whispered across systems, of humans fighting while losing, turning disasters into weapons. Of strapping engines to asteroids. Of hacking enemy weapons mid-battle. Of charging forward while broadcasting music and laughter across open channels. Humans did not retreat. They adapted. Contacting them requires authorization, I said quietly. You have clearance, Virex replied. They may not answer. Try, he said. Because if they don't, this system dies. I routed power to long-range quantum comms. Human channels were chaotic. Music bursts, overlapping chatter, encrypted noise. Their networks sounded alive. I transmitted. This is the Helios Coalition. We are under attack by the Kravex Armada. Immediate assistance requested. Coordinates attached. Nothing. Outside, another cruiser split in two. Our shields flickered. Then my console lit up. Incoming signal. Human frequency. Audio only. A calm, tired voice filled the chamber. Helios Coalition, you sound like you're having a bad day. I swallowed. We're losing a war. A pause. Yeah, the voice replied softly. We noticed. Unknown warp signatures bloomed at the edge of the system. Hundreds. Then thousands. The human fleet did not arrive gracefully. Space bent, twisted, and tore as vessels burst from fold space at unsafe speeds. Some emerged sideways. Some were still burning. One collided with debris and never slowed. They formed no clean lines. They rushed forward. Human ships were ugly in a beautiful way, asymmetrical armor, exposed engines, gun ports everywhere. Names, art, and graffiti scarred their hulls. One streaked past my window. Bad decision incoming. Their command channel opened. This is Admiral Hayes of the Terran Emergency Fleet. Scarred. Smiling like this was routine. Helios, he said, point us at whatever's hurting you. All human ships, Hayes continued casually. New rule. Nobody dies quietly today. The humans did not simply charge. They broke the battlefield. Hackers drowned Kravex sensors in ghosts. Engineers blinked ships directly into enemy formations. Gravity-bent artillery curved through space. Pilots blasted music and jokes while dodging fire that should have killed them. One cruiser rammed a Kravex destroyer, latched on, launched escape pods, and detonated its reactor. Another scattered mines disguised as wreckage. Another fought on as a drifting gun platform after losing half its hull. The Kravex slowed. They hesitated. They did not understand chaos warfare. They were built for dominance. Humans were built for survival. Our fleet reformed behind them. Shields stabilized. Weapons recharged. Hope surged through every channel. Helios ship on my left, a human pilot called. Stick close. I'll take the hits. You don't have to. I've had worse mornings. The Kravex adapted. Humans adapted faster. After 1 hour, the impossible happened. The Kravex retreated. Their flagship burned. Their formation shattered. They were not afraid of stronger enemies. They were afraid of unpredictable ones. When the sky finally cleared, we were still alive. Admiral Hayes reappeared, sipping from a metal cup. Looks like you're standing, he said. You saved our civilization, Virex replied. Hayes shrugged. You called. I found my voice. Why? He met my eyes. Because humans show up when battles are already lost. After that day, the Helios Coalition rewrote its history. Not about weapons. Not about shields. About humans. And the moment defeat became survival. If you enjoyed this HFY story and want more brutal space battles, impossible odds, and human-style chaos across the stars, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Because the universe is vast, dangerous, and full of enemies, and humanity is far from finished.